Hello and welcome to the final ever pointing of Assassin's Creed 3. This is Encyclopaedia pointing, and just to let you know what pointing is, I'm going to tell you what it is right now. So, pointing is where I go around usually collecting useless stuff. In this particular pointing episode, I'm going to be trying to unveil all of the different Encyclopedia of the Common Man things by going up to the people in the frontier, in the homestead, and basically speaking to them and analysing them. You have to do it like about a few times, about 3 times I think, of each person, and it's just a pain because you have to wait until they do specific acts, and then you have to film it with your buttons, and it's a bit of a pain, but we're going to go do it now. Well, I've obviously finished it because this is pre-recorded. I've recorded this before, and now I'm just adding the commentary. I'm also going to be reading off the database entries, the last database entries, for Assassin's Creed. So there is a spoiler one with Charles Lee, I believe. I just need to check, make sure it actually is a spoiler, because if it is a spoiler... I'm just having a quick check. Bear with me, mates. Bear with me, guys. Oh no, it's not really a spoiler, to be fair. Yeah, it might be a bit of a spoiler though, so if you want to skip ahead for the Charles Lee bit, then let me know. Well, don't let me know, just skip ahead, it's fine. Or you can just skip this episode entirely. There is going to be some database entries reading off like the Charles Lee one I just said. There's also 2 more. Then I'll just be doing some post-commentary. It could be about anything, because it could be pointless, hence the word pointing. And then at the end of this episode, about 30 minutes into the episode, I'll be reading off the Assassin Contract missions. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, well let's start with Charles Lee Updated, born 1731. When Lee was finally released from New York, he was convinced that the Continental Army couldn't hold its own against the British, and told Congress so. However, when Washington decided to go ahead with plans to attack the British column at Monmouth, Lee insisted on being in charge. Once the battle began, Lee ordered his soldiers to retreat. Modern historians are still debating the reason why. Maybe he'd forgotten his doggy treats in the tent and needed to go and get them. Washington swept in and took command, turning a complete rout of his army into a draw, and Lee received a very thorough and public dressing down. Afterward, Lee demanding an apology for a court-martial to clear his name. Washington chose the court-martial, which didn't go as Lee had hoped. He was found guilty of misbehaviour before the enemy, making a shameful and disorderly retreat and disrespect to the commander-in-chief. He was only given a year's suspension for his crimes, but by the time the year was over, he'd been so vocal in his criticism of Washington that Congress removed him from the army permanently. Lee retired to his estate in Virginia, passing the time breeding more dogs. After his death, he was given a full military funeral, getting all the respect he craved. Too late to do anything with it. Okay, now we've got 2 more things, which I think we might have done before, but they've only just popped up as we're walking around, so oh well. The Battle of Trenton. Stunning victory. General Washington surprises Hessian forces at Trenton. Hundreds of prisoners taken. In a daring raid, General George Washington has, in one coup, overcome months of reversals and achieved a marked victory in the 10th of highly difficult conditions. The general was able to assemble some 1,000 troops and ford a Delaware River encampment by floes of ice. In fact, large numbers of his force were unable to complete the crossing, leaving the good general with less than half the troops expected for his raid. Nevertheless, the Continental Army marched through snow and sleet toward the garrison Hessian town of Trenton. Many of the troops were without boots and were therefore forced to tie rags around their feet and to march through the snow, thus leaving dark tracks of blood as they marched to their determination. In Trenton, the Americans surprised a Hessian force of 1,500 groggy with sleep. The main American force under Washington entered Trenton from the northwest. He sent General Sullivan around the town to attack from the south and set additional forces in a position to the northeast, foretelling a Hessian retreat. The Hessians made a hasty attempt to form line in the town, but were under artillery fire from Captain Alexander Hamilton, as well as an attack from front and rear from Washington and Sullivan. Soldiers joined with inhabitants of the town to shoot from house windows upon the Hessian gunners. During the firefight, the commander of the garrison, Colonel Rail, was direly wounded. His troops retreated in an apple orchard and shortly thereafter surrendered. Nearly 900 Hessian troops were taken captive. In a fight, Lieutenant James Monroe was wounded, but not grievously. Some days before this expedition, Thos Paine's pamphlet Crisis was read Aloud to these same men, Mr. Payne begins with the phrase, "These are the times that try men's souls," and notes that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. Colonel Rail died from his wounds before the conflict's ends. A message was found folded in his pocket, warning him that the American approach, a warning he fatally ignored. And I've got one more, which is the Great Fire of New York. Fire devastates Manhattan. Trinity Church burned. Rebels fought responsible. A great fire spread through New York on the 21st, that being Saturday before last. The fire began near Whitehall Slip, likely in a fighting cock's tavern known for untowed behaviour. A southwesterly wind quickly spread the flame north through the streets, pulling many out of their homes. These citizens took what goods they could and found relative safety of the town's commons. The wind had then shifted and burned most of the city from Broadway to the Hudson. Burning ashes from shingles were carried to the winds across street and two far buildings. The roof of Trinity Church soon caught fire, and the church burned in minutes. With little fire department left in the city, Royal soldiers essayed to put out the flames, but these efforts were largely ineffective, and the fire raged through the night. Happily, St. Paul's Chapel was saved by volunteers bringing buckets of water to drench its roof. Very near 500 homes were burned, buildings had been destroyed. Those responsible for the fire are unknown. However, it is no mystery that the rebels, who wish difficulties for the king's soldiers, who have so recently and valiantly taken hold of the city, an investigation has been begun by General Howe. How did that turn out? We will never know, because Assassin's Creed 3 is now finished. We've only got 3 episodes after this point in the episode. We'll finish the database entries now, so obviously we'll just go back and at the end of this episode we'll read off the things relating to the Assassin contracts. But yeah, everything else in between now is going to be post-commentary, which is either good or bad, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, it's pretty simple. So yeah, game's finished. It's pretty cool, I must admit. Do like the game. Just have some major flaws with it. Yeah, but I won't spoil anything. I won't really talk about the end, because obviously the end is happening on, well, the coming week. So you'll be able to see that and witness it. But like I did say, this is now going to be about anything in particular, nothing in particular, this commentary. So, you know, it's a bit of a weird one. If you don't want to listen to that, you can skip ahead to about 30 minutes in, where I'll start the Assassin contracts, read them off. But obviously, in between then, I won't be doing anything important. So if you don't want to stay, you don't have to. But if you're staying, you are still a pointer, so we'll just carry on now, shall we then? Right then. So, at the moment, I'm currently filming a short film for college. It's a bit difficult, I must admit. I'm doing a producer role, so I have to organise everything. And we've got one actor that is just not turning up for any of the shoots. He pulled out of one of them because he had a job interview, which is fair enough. And then he's pulling out of the next one because he's doing his job training. And it's just like, we're sorry, mate, we're going to have to recast him because we can't physically do it otherwise. We haven't got him along to do this either. So we're going to have to try and speak to him about it and try and maybe offer him a role, a smaller role. And we're going to offer the role of his role, which is a bigger role, to a friend of ours who is not an actor, but he'll be happy to do it because he's a lovely chap. But yeah, it's all mad. It's actually due in about 2 weeks' time, but I'm making sure I've done everything so I can focus on another thing that I have to do, another essay. Well, not essay, it's another project, but, you know. So, currently, right now, I'm just putting everything together and making sure I know everything I need. So what I'm physically doing right now is some release forms, basically meaning that the actors and stuff are okay with us putting the information within their information. Oh, I can't speak. Putting their information and their faces on the video. Right, bear with me, I'm just going to move the microphone. There we go. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just currently typing them up, so I might just do those while I'm talking. So then, I'll need 2 different forms. One for school stuff, because we're filming in a school, and then one for everything else. So this will be the school one, since I've already started to do that for the school one. So I agreed to the recording and broadcasting of the contribution given to me on the 13th to be used in connection to the film. I need to change that film name. It's not the reboot of the sequel. That's our documentary made a few years ago. It is on YouTube. You can find it. It's a bit of a secret for all you pointers out there. Connection to the film Principles of... Oops. grief. Why is it not letting me do that? Ah, it's because it's 2 spaces. Okay, yeah, so principles of grief and all related media. I give you the permissions you need from me, including the waiver of my moral rights to copy, exhibit, transmit, and broadcast my contributions, including my image without blah, 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 blah. Accept that you may cut and edit my contributions as you wish and use it in the program, including using it to publicise the program and related online and offline projects and related publicity organised. This editing will be in accordance with current broadcasting regulations in the United Kingdom. And then they can do it with a sign in their name, which is going to be whatever their name is, and they'll put their name at the bottom and their phone number / email. Do I need to put anything else in? I don't really need to put an address because they don't really need an address. But it'll just look silly with that with one name. No, to be fair, no, I'm going to put their names on. Maybe a contact number as well. But even though I've got their contact numbers written on some other pages in the folder, so I don't necessarily need to put that on there. Just their name so I can see who it is. Maybe instead of a phone number, I'll just put a role. But then I know who they are as well, because that's on... yeah, let's put character role instead. Character role. I think that's right, isn't it? That's how you say it. Oh, hold on. Chat's blowing up. What's going on? Oh, it's nothing important. I didn't know if my chat that I'm talking to people on was speaking something interesting relating to oh, what's it called? Sorry, throat. I didn't know if it was going to be something interesting about the whole actor situation, but it's not. Right, is it character role definition? Is it that one? Is it that one? What if I say character portrayal? I'm going to put portrayal. Not betrayal, but portrayal. Because that's fancier. Cool. Right, so this one will be... I need to label this so I know what it is. So actor release form. So if I put school actor release form, that's cool. So if I get another one of those now, and change that to 7, and then this is just a main general actor thingy-mabob. So this is going to be for basically the main actors, which were going to be that one guy that we've had to cancel on, which is, yeah. We're also doing we've got another friend of ours who's doing it, and basically he's been in
trousers like you would not believe.
Oh dear, some guys were talking on the video. Yeah, our other guy he's been in a lot of our films that we've made out of school and stuff, out of college and stuff, and he's amazing. Like, he's been bending over backwards, left, right, you know, just basically doing a load of different stuff for us so we could get it filmed. So I don't really want to mess him around. So I'm just gonna. That's why we're gonna go for another guy.
All right, let us see. Oh, I forgot. Put your arms out again, please. Very well.
Are these still speaking? I'm not sure. Okay, so this was the 31st of January 2017. So then, I agreed to the recording contribution given to me on... Right, okay, the first day was the 31st. The 1st. Until... What's the last filming day? It's the 17th. It's the 17th. 2nd. 2017, not 6. So I agreed to the recording and broadcasting of the contribution given to me on the 31st of the 1st, 2017 until 75, to be used in conjunction with the film. That one, and that is all pretty sweet now then. Now unfortunately they are all actors. Actor release form, so I don't have to put actress for that one because I know who they are. Okay then, so that's the actor release forms. How many do I need? That would be something I should probably write down. So let me write down my notes. I'm writing down notes and stuff. So the logbooks, I still need to get someone called Hayden's logbook. So let me write down, oh dear, Hayden log. I need to get that from him. And then I need to print, here we go then. So how many, what's that? That is, so I've got 5 extras plus a secretary plus a teacher. So that's 7 school actors. Seven school actors, yes. So 7 times school forms plus 2 times just general forms. So that's cool. Let me just do an arrow to the one that I need to ask someone else for. Beautiful. Right, okay, and so now we go on to the next form. This is the last page. This is called Section 10, Forms, Logs, and Additional, because that's what I call it. Let me just actually change that name on my folder so I don't get confused. There we go. Forms, Logs, and Additional. Additional. Ah, a cup of tea, eh? How are we doing for time? 15 minutes to go. Okay then, so that's active form. So now we've got material release form, which will be the music. Which we do have some music, but we don't have it chosen yet. The other thing is the location release forms. Let's do the location ones, because I know we definitely need those. So what page is this going to be? This is going to be a page 8 in this section. So page 008. And let's copy... Actually, let's do one of those first. Location... if I just put that name... Yeah, just so I know that's for that location. I don't want to make the file name too large. Oh my god, this guy, right, I'm trying to find a miner. He is so difficult to find the stuff on. 1. Right, so now I need to find the address for the one location, which I can't obviously tell you because that's silly. I can't do that. That's not good. Can't do that. No, can't do that. But I have now put it on. So just format the text so it's in the proper formations. So that is the address, and that is labelled as the property. We write to confirm our agreement that you will allow me and those authorities used by rights property demanding the agreed to burn photograph and record blah, 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 blah. We will be filming at the location on thinking difficult. Thinking. So what date did we use this location? Oh, it was the 31st of the 1st, 2017. And now I guess I need to add the other dates in. The other dates were the 7th, it will be, the 2nd, and then there'll be one more on the 17th. That one location. You can tell we're filming there quite a bit. Sorry if you can hear some banging. I'm actually moving my finger around. I probably should be careful with my keyboard. All right. Okay, that's cool then. Get rid of the footer. I don't need that down there. Okay, so I'm signing there. No, wait, do I need to sign that one? Because if that's being given to me, so I don't need to sign that. Oh, it's because that's who I was. So then they need to type this name, don't they? So what I need to do is ask out what those guys' names are. So if we need to find a gentleman by the name of Harry to
And here.
talk to him about...
And now if I could trouble.
I don't seem to... Ooh, what's going on? Oh, I'll just cut into a different clip, that's fine. I need to find... Oh, I can't find it. That's alright, I'll just message him again. Okay then, so... Hey, man. Okay. So that's been sent to him and so hopefully he'll reply soon. He usually replies quite fast. If not, it is unfortunate. So I'm thinking. So I don't know their names, but it'll be something last name mentioned here. I suppose this is a little bit like ASMR, isn't it?
Hi guys, I'm just gonna be typing some things today. Type. Yeah, we're gonna go like this.
What else do people do? Hold on. They remove the pop filter. They do that, don't they?
They do this with their hand. They sort of... They make that sort of noise. Oh, and they do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, JD does ASMR. Cool. It looks like they've actually replied. Aha, he has. He is beautiful. He is. Is a bit of a quick reply, which I like. Right, thank you. So, on Tuesday, what time are they back home? Okay, so let's type that name out then.
Need more oil.
Okay, so they put space for them to be signed it. Could make a cup of tea. 22. Oh, this video's gone forever. I feel like we should have done it by now, you know? Alright, so now what I need to do is so I'm making the space where they sign it, you know, it's usually a line. So, and I don't know how to do it on Word, so what I do is I do a full stop, space, and a full stop, and then I highlight it and put it underlined so that you get a line. You just have to select the two full stops and make them a white so it doesn't show up. Oh dear, oh, that did just muck up completely. Hold on, what's going on here? I think I seem to be breaking it. No, that seems to be fine. Yeah, that'll do. Cool then. So that's that one done. That's for that one location. I've lost. Oh, it's because I'm on a different thing now. I'm on a different folder. I was on page. Different page. Right, what's the actual time on? 24. Right. So let's actually talk about some other things first while I've got this page open. So you know, guys, about my whole... I want to get all the online trophies for Assassin's Creed on the PlayStation 3. But to do it, I'm probably have to go and get like PlayStation 3s and set them up with the on and just do it like that way round. I've actually thought about, instead of me buying a PlayStation 3, what if I just like rent my friends' PlayStation 3s and just give them like a couple of quid? Like, even if I give them 20, it's still cheaper than buying PlayStations. So I might actually do that. I'm just thinking like what I need and how many I would actually need. I think I need about 4. I've got one. I can get one from a family member. And then I can get one from a friend that I know has one. And I just need one more. Ah, here we go. Complete task session with at least one kill. Two hearts, at least 10 seconds before. Kill your target and escape the pursuer. Aha, here we go. Okay, so you get 4-player manhunt private match. Okay. Okay, I'm just looking at the some of the trophies that you need for it. I think I should be fine actually. I think I'll be able to do it. It's like basically I just need to set up a 2v2 match. While I've got like 3 other things going with like just basic characters that aren't doing anything. And then what I can do with those is just farm basically. Just farm all the stuff. So yeah, just set up 4v4 things and then just do it all. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. That'd be cool. Maybe make like a video out of it. What we do when we can't do anything else. Because obviously no one's online anymore. Can't do it. Especially with setting up stuff. It's impossible. Trying to do it with Overlord 2 once. Didn't happen. And then now the server shut down. So it makes me really sad that I can't get that trophy anymore. Shame because I'm at 92% as well. And it's like, no. Completionist. No. It's horrible. Nearly, when it happened, I nearly started my whole PlayStation account again, which means I would have had got so many platinums again. But so it's all cool. I didn't do it in the end. I stuck with it because people talked me out of it. But I was tempted. I was so tempted. Right. Okay. So let's just do some more forms now then. So I need 2 more forms. One of them can be page 9, and that will be what page is that? That is a park. That is. So that is. That part, which I won't mention. I need to take off the copy bit at the end as well, actually. There we go. Now let's click on it. Click on it. Right, and that's open. In fact, actually, before we do anything, let me just have a quick look at my list for today of what stuff I need to do. So I need to make a video, a couple adventure video, which I can't do really. I don't really have time for that. Do a podcast, which I can't do, and then do some other bits and bobs. So really. Can't do them, so when can I do them? I ain't got much going on the Monday. Oh, I've got so much to do. So I was actually doing really well this week. I managed to get to like Friday, and I've got everything done that I had planned, minus one thing, which was a big thing anyway. And I think today is the day where it's sort of all caught up with me, and I can't actually get it all done now. I mean, I'll be able to get it done Monday. Like, this was just to get caught up by Monday, so I can put some of these things on Monday. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right actually. We might actually be getting this stuff done then. So what's that day? We're going there on the 7th of the 2nd. So dear Slur. Oh yeah, that's to me. So now I need to put the date, the address of that place. So now I need to go back into the location ports, which is section 5. I need to go to the park location. And I need to get the address from the side of it, which has all been neatly formatted into a lovely format. So let's wait for that to copy, and then we'll close that down. And then we'll go back to this, and then I'll type it into there. And then... Wow, was that 2, like, diddle-a-loo-doo at the same time? That's crazy. I've never heard that before. Right, so now it's all mucked up on my... Ah, damn it. Okay, let's just undo it. Alright, so it's not quite... I'll have to do. Even if I just take out that bit, I think, actually. Yeah, that'll do. Took out part of the address, but it's fine. Right, so what day are we doing it? It's just the one day, which is that day. Everything else will be fine. See, unfortunately, I don't know the name of those individuals. So I don't know who I'll get to sign that. I'm writing down some. Actually, what's this video on? I better immediately finish this. Actually, didn't we? 3 minutes left. I count. My count. I do just seem to be standing around for some reason. I'm waiting for him to come out of his house. That's why. Cool. Yeah, keep an eye on the time, boys. I think we might be coming into something. So if I put in park form, and then school form. Cool. Cool. Oh, this project is getting so in depth. Oh, my Hopage has stopped working. I don't care if your Hopage has stopped working. I'm not using my Hopage. Was it still recording? It wasn't still recording, was it? Oh my god, that'll be a massive file if it is. Should be about 6 minutes long, the video. Oh, 9 minutes then, okay. Still worked. So strange. Things just break all the time. Yeah, I'm just thinking about music as well and how we're going to get the sound edited. It's just like, oh my god, how's this going to work? Oh dear me. Oh dear me indeed. Oh well, everything should be fine. I hope, anyway. I pray to the gods that it works. I usually get like this though. Oh, I can't seem to call my assassins from here. I'm playing the game right now, just setting up for when this video finishes. I'll be reading off those contract missions. Oh, I think I was supposed to cut away there, and I didn't. Ah well. Right then, so we're on the last little clip. It seems coming up anyway. Which is not too shabby. But once that's done, we'll get on with our lives. Some materials, so I don't know how many materials we'll need. Music 1 form. So do we need any more musics, or is it just that one musics? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Well, looks like we've got about a minute left or so. Let's wait for it to get a minute left. Yeah, about that. Just under. So yeah. Now I'm gonna head on over to the assassin control. Oh, it's called assassin. Oh no, assassin. Never mind. I thought it was called assassin control, but it wasn't. That's just the control of that territory. So yeah, I'm gonna head over to the assassin contracts and just basically read them off now. Then these are ones we haven't read off already. But yeah. That is me done, I believe, now then. So I shall see you later. In a few seconds, actually. Got confused. See you in a sec. And as I promised, I'm back. So the first one we need to read is Concord. Which is... No, Connecticut? Maybe it's Connecticut. There isn't a Concord, is there? No, there's not. So it's Connecticut then. My mistake. My mistake. So let's read off some of these bits then. Actually, I can't see because my TV's in the way. I mean, my computer's in the way. My TV is what I'm looking at. Oh dear. Right, so it's going to read through these contracts then. So, Connecticut is in the midst of debates regarding the revolution, much like Maryland and Delaware, blend with the crowds of the cities and remain vigilant of Templar influence. Drunks at Danbury. A regiment of British regulars has occupied Danbury. The soldiers have been drinking the town's rum stores and are threatening to burn the village, rouse the militias in the surrounding countryside and mount an offence. Tale Jonathan Trumbull. Jonathan Trumbull is one of the only governors to support the Patriot cause. There is something about his cause of action that raises suspicion. Tail the government of Connecticut and try to discern his true allegiance. Culpering in New Haven. Lieutenant General Sir Henry Clinton of the Regulars is trying to draw General Washington into open conflict. Washington knows such a maneuver would spell certain doom for his tenuous army and is relying on the efforts of his Culper Ring to keep his movements secret. Keep some of the Culper Ring spies in New Haven and escort them to West Point. Benedict Arnold in Connecticut. The turncoat Benedict Arnold is leading a regiment of regulars into New London and Groton. Ride to battle and stop Arnold. Kill him if you get close enough. Trumbull a Templar. Jonathan Trumbull is a confirmed Templar but remains well protected. Take your time and scout him out. Such a target must take years to assassinate. build a safe house. Assassin. Oh no, I don't need to read those. Cool then. So next one is Delaware, which I think is up. No, it must be down then. Delaware. Ah, there it is. Right, let's go through them then. So, sound the message. The Patriot cause is falling on deaf ears in Delaware. Travel to Sussex country and bring the rebel massacre message to the people. Find the source. If it appears a Templar agent is responsible for the lack of support in Delaware, sniff out the cause and put an end to his influence. Gather the troops. The Templars have been silenced in Delaware, and people are surrounded to cry of the Patriots. Gather all those who wish to fight and form a regiment. Cooch's Bridge. William Maxwell is leading his troops astray outside Wilmington. Get there at once and ensure he suffers as few casualties as possible at the hands of much stronger Hessian regiment. Capture John McKinley. John McKinley has allowed the capture of Wilmington with no resistance. Ride for Wilmington at once. Take McKinley prisoner and question him. Support Caesar Rodney. Caesar Rodney is fighting a valiant fight for control of the Delaware River, but is simply outmatched by the Royal Navy. Take the Aquila and lend him support in his charge. Templar agents must not hold sway of the Delaware. Alright, so the next place is North Carolina. Moores Creek. An inexperienced battalion of North Carolina militiamen are set to stand against a large force of British regulars. Some clever tacticians would help to push the encounter in favour of the Patriots, something the Templars do not want. Confusion at Ramsmore's Mill. Two militias are set to clash in Ramsmore Mill, North Carolina. Neither side has been ordered by Patriot or British command. Brothers, neighbours and friends will kill each other in the name of liberty. Get there immediately and convince one of the sides to retreat and minimise needless casualties. Prisoner of Cane Creek. David Fanning and Hector McNeil have captured Governor Burke and are marching him to Cornwallis. We have reason to believe McNeil bears the Red Cross and must be stopped. Fighting the pox. The 2nd North Carolina Regiment is marching to join forces with General Washington. Very few of them have been exposed to smallpox and risk of an outbreak is high. Meet the column in Alexandria and prove them with inoculations. Alexandria? There wasn't even Alexandria in the Americas? When did he get there? The Conqueror. Alexander the Great, that's the one. Outmatched at Wellsill's Mill, an assassin ally, Otho Williams, and the Patriot army is in grave danger. Nathaniel Greene has sent him to scout for Benestry Tarleton's dragoons. If he finds them, he will die. Get to Wellsill's Mill as quickly as possible and protect Williams and his men. A kind of diversion. Colonel William Henry Lee is marching to confront Balestre's Trenton's dragoons. He thinks the young officer's revered cavalry is the ultimate prize. It is folly. Lead him towards John Pyle's column and defuse the impending disaster. Great, so the next one is New York. Hey, I'm walking here. New Jersey, New York. Action at Long Island. The first major action of the Revolution is upon the colonies. General George Washington stood against Howe's regulars, but were forced to retreat. They will be pinned against the East River and at Howe's mercy. The war may be over before it starts. Get to Brooklyn Heights and devise a way for Washington's troops to fight another day. Kips Bay's Manhattan. Things have gone from bad to worse for Washington at Kips Bay, and the soldiers are calling for the ascension of Charles Lee. Something must be done. Howe in Harlem. After a string of defeats, the colonial army is demoralized and afraid, but they are capable of winning the next encounter, likely to occur at Harlem Heights. Howell's men are cocky and have taken to goading the Patriots, making the rebels aware of the British mockery might be enough. Sorry, I thought my video stopped recording, but it hasn't. Rufus Putnam. Israel Putnam's half-brother, Rufus Putnam, has been selected from a very dangerous reconnaissance mission into the Harlem Heights. Follow him, but keep to the trees and keep him safe without his knowledge. Weakness at Ticonderoga. There's a hill overlooking Fort Ticonderoga that poses a significant threat of bombardment should the regulars halt any guns to its summit. Take Benedict Arnold and any other officers who care to listen and show them the weakness. Standoff at Wolomusk. General John Stark and Lieutenant Colonel Frederick Baum are currently in standoff as rainstorms have hit Wolomusk, New York. Given the circumstances, the Patriots have a good chance of weak victory. Weaken the British cause by dispatching Colonel Baum. Now, bear with me a second. I just want to check that we sort of read everything. Yeah, because that's one of the stupid ones. Okay then, so Massachusetts is next. Where's Massachusetts? Massachusetts is... There it is. Cool then. So, the powder alarms. The people around Boston have caught wind of the brewing hostilities and have mobilized themselves. They are raiding powder stores and stockpiling their stores in turn. Listen to what the people are saying and locate all the secret magazines. Suspicious ships. Some British schoolers have been prowling off the coast of Gloucester. Take First Mate Faulkner of the Aquila and pin them in allowing the Patriots in the area to capture the warships. The scarce resource. Gunpowder is in short supply for the Patriot cause. Despite the militia's best efforts to seize as much as possible, some French ships are delivering several thousand barrels over the next few weeks. Accompany the convoys and assure they arrive at the destination safely. The guns of Ticonderoga. Henry Knox is attempting to drag the guns of Ticonderoga over the Alpine Mountains to help lift the siege of Boston. With a little assassin ingenuity, you'll be able to help him succeed in his lofty goals. Is that why Fort Knox is very thing, because it's named after him? Dig in. The British are laying siege to Boston. Civilians are in danger all over the city and food will be in short supply before long. Help ration what there is to protect those who can't protect themselves. Lift the siege. Henry Knox managed to bring the guns of Ticonderoga to Dorchester Heights with the help of the assassins. With a formidable battery in place on high ground, it's only a matter of time before General Howe realizes his position is untenable. Help expedite the process. Patron of knowledge. Find funding for scholars. Fine, never mind. Right, so what's next then? Massachusetts is Pennsylvania. Is it Pennsylvania? Is that Pennsylvania? Is that Pennsylvania? That is Pennsylvania, cool. Right, impending disaster at Powell. Anthony Wayne's men are in dire strain in the area of Paolo Tavern. Major General Charles Gray of the Regulars has stated that he will give no quarter to and take no prisoners should they win. All scouting reports indicate a British victory is in certainty. Try and save as many soldiers as you can. Germantown. Commander Washington has opted to advance on General Howe's troops at Germantown. He hopes to surprise them as he did at Trenton, but Howe and his Hessians will not make the same mistake again. There is no stopping the Commander-in-Chief now, so just make sure he remains out of harm's way. Protect the signatories. As signatories from all across the colonies make their way to Philadelphia to sign the Declaration of Independence, they are vulnerable and for capture and assassination. Travel to the capital and keep a watchful eye over the Continental Congress. Whitemarsh. The Commander-in-Chief has offered £10 to the person who can supply the best replacement for footwear made of raw hides. The Patriot Army is ill-equipped, to say the least. The men at Whitemarsh need whatever supplies you can find. A blow for the First Nations. George Dorrance is a Templar and responsible for the displacement of several Iroquois villages. Find him in Wyoming and Pennsylvania and end his life. A Patriot mutiny. The Pennsylvanian line is restless and threatening to defect to the regulars. With the new year fast approaching, the high level of drinking is a worry. Blend into the crowd and quell the dissent before it gets out of control. Right, and the last one is Virginia. I thought it was an N, but it's not. It's Virginia. Dig for Virginia, boys. Dunmore's guardian angel. The Templars have dispatched an agent to kill the governor of Virginia, Lord Dunmore. Intercept their man and end him before he can complete his mission. Mad Anthony's surprise. The Marquis de Lafayette advances force under Brigadier General Mad Anthony Wayne have been ambushed in James City country. While Lafayette attempts to outmaneuver the stronger British force, eliminate as many regular officers as possible to bolster Washington's success rate and weaken Lee's posturing to be named Commander-in-Chief. Skirmish in Williamsburg. General Richard Butler needs support in the vicinity of Williamsburg, Virginia, under the threat of Lieutenant Colonel John Graves. Sycamore's regulars ride there at once and weaken the British forces at Dunmore's fortune. Colonel William Woodfort's 2nd Virginia Regiment has rebuffed the attack of Lord Dunmore, who has since retreated to Norfolk. The Virginian militia is now marching on Norfolk. The outcome of the encounter is of no consequence as long as Lord Dunmore survives. Protect the help. A battle is looming in Petersburg, Virginia. Get there at once and ensure Major General Frederick Wilhelm von Struppen's safety at all costs. And the last one then, the Saboteur. The siege of Yorktown is underway. Infiltrate and sabotage the British fortifications as best you can to ensure Cornwallis's surrender with as few casualties as possible. And at that, we have finished. So I'll see you next week for the last 3 episodes of Assassin's Creed 3. We're nearly done. I'll see you in a future pointing episode, perhaps in the next Assassin's Creed, or perhaps in a different game before then. But that is it for this pointing adventure. I'll see you, all pointers, in the next pointing adventure down the line. See you later.